Sweet. Well, let's introduce you.
Okay,
Let's
cool.
get
I'm
right
excited
into
for
it.
this. Okay.
I'm very excited. It's been just watching you this season has just been so fun.
Yeah.
You've been playing phenomenal, especially in the last couple of games for sure. And so everyone, could you just please welcome in my special guest here on the podcast today, Sufyan Elkannan.
Oh.
Everyone, just please give him a warm welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate you for having me,
Yes,
Tannis.
Suf, number 3 on the
Yeah.
court. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. It was a good
I
day.
appreciate you for having me on here.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
of course. It's an exciting thing to just have more people on the podcast.
Definitely, for sure.
And then especially you, since you're in season right now and you're a senior.
Yeah.
How has that been so far? Just you guys came back on a road trip just the other day.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we went 1-1, but you'll take the other W. It's been a kind of a rough January for us, but we'd rather take the adversity and handle it right now, rather than in March or in late February when the RMAC tournament begins, and hopefully we get into that NCAA tournament. So rather have those mistakes right now rather than later. But yeah, we just came back from a pretty big road trip, and like I said, went 1-1. Played some really good teams. Every team in the RMAC is really good, I feel like. So it's a dogfight every Thursday and Saturday. So,
yeah. I always get so excited for Thursdays and Saturdays, especially when you guys are at home.
Yeah.
And going 1-1, kind of like you just said, you guys played against the Mavericks in Grand Junction.
Yep.
It was kind of just tell me about that game for someone that wasn't there.
Yeah, I mean, Mesa's a very good environment in terms of athletics, very packed arena, good fans. Great winning program over there, and they're even well coached. I don't know if you know, but Mike Dunlap's their head coach now, and Metro great, won 2 national championships here. So I know deep down, like his competitive side, he really wanted that one. And we have one of our own, Michael Buggs, who won a national championship and played for him. So unfortunately we couldn't pull it off for him. But being in that game, it was very back and forth. We played them pretty tough. Defensively, we made them shoot the shots that we wanted, but they made them. They're good basketball players. And this is a high level of basketball. So, they converted on the shots and some of our mistakes. Okay. And unfortunately, we came out with the L, and they came out with the W, but it was not easy. It was a double overtime fight.
Definitely.
So if you're gonna go through us, it's
Double
never gonna
OT.
be an easy W. But unfortunately, like I said, we came out with the loss, but it's okay.
I was checking my phone and I was just getting the notification like double OT. I was like, oh man.
That's how my family is too. Because they have the app. Which
is
nice to have.
Get the app.
I was telling Tannis, there's not a lot of D2s that have the stuff we have. So we have an app, and my family checks out the scores, and they're anxious just like you and stuff. So, but like I said, it's a loss, but it's a lesson. So we'll just keep learning and get better.
Yeah, and then I feel like you guys definitely did learn when you played against Western.
Yeah.
You guys had won them. Now you guys are 2-0 against Western in the conference. And so how was that game kind of like a change up for you guys?
Just kind of reverting back to what I said, it's kind of been a rough January for us. And, having that loss against Mesa was very tough because we were trying to find our mojo back. And I think we did against Western. And even in this, we played really well in the first half. We talked about it today at practice and in film. We played really well in the first half, but in the second half, we kind of let up a little bit. That's kind of been our, we were trying to just implement, we should keep our foot on the gas the whole time and not relax. But it's really hard not to relax when you're up 25, and you worked really hard to get there. And the game's still happening, and things are coming more easy. There's not as much stress when you're up 25 versus when you're when you're up 5 or up 8 points. So, like I said, every loss is a lesson, and for us, we're just trying to find our mojo back, and hopefully we can find it in these next 6 games. But like you said, we beat Western. We're 2-0 against them. They're a really good team, and we're a really good team too. So we just got the best
and you
of them.
had 18 points on the night. Congratulations, new season high here at Metro.
Just trying to find my mojo too. you say I've had a good few last games. For us, it's kind of it feels like the opposite for me. But just like I said, because of losses and I'm not contributing in the ways where I feel like I can contribute, and that's all on me and nobody else. But like 18 points is nice. Like just getting the win is nice and. My teammates were finding me, and my coaches, they knew we needed to find a mojo, and they kind of helped me find my mojo again. And it's good spirits. Hopefully we can go into another week 2-0.
Yeah. Most definitely. Yeah, and now you guys will be here at home on Thursday.
Yeah.
That's very exciting.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, will not be there because I will be racing.
Oh, it's okay.
Yes. I'm very excited.
It. So we're both getting after it on Thursday.
We're getting after it for sure. I'll be racing on Saturday. But then I actually will be sideline reporting your game on Tuesday against Mines, and I am very excited for that one.
Yeah,
very excited for that one.
Yeah.
You started in the game last time against them.
Yeah.
Is that something that we can maybe expect to see? Or
I don't want to speak on what Coach Fick's plan is, but whatever our coaching staff and our teams and my teammates' plans is to defeat who we got next? Like it's Thursday. Who is it? Shadron, I think.
Yeah. Shadron, South Dakota Mines are on February 15th at 3 p.m.
Yeah.
So we got Mines at February 18th at 8 p.m.
I say Shadron first just because that's our next game and that's our most important game. I don't want to worry too far into Mines or Tuesday because it's not here. Like I said, every team in the RMAC's really good. Yeah. So Shadron, we have to go through them on Thursday, and it's not going to be easy. You're not going to just hand it to us. So, whatever's expected, just know that we're going to come out playing really hard, and we have something to prove. We're not the ones being hunted no more. We're the hunters. So, that's what I can tell you.
Yeah, okay. That's some good insight for sure. And so, I kind of want to go back a little bit and talk about how your love for the game just first started. Who first introduced you to basketball? Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, that's a very complex, dynamic story. I hope you have time for it.
Here we go.
Yeah, so I started playing basketball rather late compared to everybody else that's been playing basketball for a long time. So, I would say I started taking basketball very seriously at the age or in 8th grade, but I first touched the basketball in 5th, 6th grade. So 5th grade, I believe. And I was playing rec league basketball. My first coach ever was Coach Scott, and he's forever my guy and forever my first coach. And he's like another father figure to me, and I'm still talking to this guy every now and then, once a week.
That's awesome.
Twice a month, try to maintain a good relationship with him. But, he kind of started me off at a very young age, and we won, and I thought I was good, but it was rec league, and won a championship at rec league in 6th grade, I think, or 5th grade, not sure. Like I said, I wasn't too good. I was just out there playing for fun.
Okay.
And then I got really serious, like I said, towards 7th, 8th grade. I got on a competitive basketball team called 303 Elite.
Really?
And this is all here in Colorado, by the way. I didn't play basketball in any other state. The love for basketball started here in the state of Colorado. So like I said, I started playing competitive basketball for a team called 303 Elite under my other coach / best friend / mentor, trainer, father figure. His name is Anson Ramiro. He had a son that played at Pueblo. I'm not sure if you know him. His name is Leon Ramiro.
I don't.
Yeah, I think he's the all-time leading scorer there.
Wow.
Yeah, very dynamic guard. Plays very fast, twitchy, quick handle, and he learned everything from his dad. But like I said, so competitive basketball started 7th, 8th grade, really, I believe, is when I kind of started to take it very serious, and I was getting really good at it. And coming from a single household, my mom was always working, but, she made everything work for me and my sister. So she made sure I was happy and taking care of the things that I had to take care of in terms of academics and being a respectful young child. But my game for my love for basketball started like when I was playing competitive, and I got better every time, and I realized I can play with the competitive guys and I can keep up, and if I just keep getting better and have fun. That's what my mom would always remind me, is to have fun, because at a young age when I started to get better, I started to stress myself out.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, you have to do good, you have to make this shot, you have to. But I was having more fun than stress, but the stress was coming into effect. My mom could see that. Yeah, I played for, like I said, his name is Anson Riro. He's this short Asian guy, and he grew up in Colorado, went to Douglas County High School, very good basketball player there, played professionally as well. So he taught me and my teammates that I'm still friends with to this day, like a lot, like high IQ stuff that you teach guys in high school and stuff. So when I was in 7th, 8th grade and I'm traveling all over the country playing on this AAU team, he had us running these sets and doing defensive schemes, and I knew all kinds of defensive vocabulary, and it was all, like because of him, So
Yeah.
a lot of homage and respect, and I pay a lot of tribute to Coach Anson. He's my guy. I love him to death. So shout out you, Coach Anson, and his family as well. Like the whole team would sleep over there, and that's where like also the love of basketball, not just like aside from being off the court. That's kind of where I found my love. Is just the camaraderie you get from like a random person, and then you guys become brothers just in an instant.
Yeah.
So, and we're having sleepovers every week, getting ready for tournaments and doing dumb stuff and pranking each other. So, I think I like that even more than the basketball part, is having a family and other brothers, because I have an older sister and she gets on my nerves sometimes. But having a brother is having some brothers that play basketball with you it's pretty cool. So, that's kind of where my love first started, and then it progressed where in high school, Anson, my coach from 303 Elite, he got the head coaching job at Manual High School.
Okay.
So went to Manual High School with him. I followed him there. A few of us did from 303 Elite. And played varsity my freshman year.
Wow.
I started and everything. Started a few games half the season. I'm not sure. I can't really remember. It's been a while now. But made it to the Final Four in 3A. It was the first time that Manual had done anything like big or anything like that, or made it to the playoffs in about 20 years. So we kind of brought that school back to life, I kind of like to say. And Coach Anson's, again, all tribute and homage to him. He was the center of all that, and brought us all together. And like I said, he taught us a lot of stuff in terms of how to be high IQ basketball players, and that kind of helped us our freshman year, and we went all the way to the Final Four, and we made a run as a Cinderella story. We were a 21 seed, beating 4 seeds, 2 seeds, 6 seeds. It was crazy, knocking off teams that had been to the state championship 3 years in a row. So, shout out Manual High School, the Thunderbolts, man. Very beautiful and good culture over there, and I'm very blessed to have been part of that. I was there for just a year, my freshman year, and then I just kind of wanted to move on to the big boys, which is 5A at the time. They're 6A now, but I went to Legend High School all the way in Parker, so a big change of scenery, going from to the east side and 5 Points, Denver, all the way to the suburbs, 45 minutes away in Parker, Colorado.
Yeah.
So it was a big change of scenery. Went from a school of 300 black kids to a school of 2,800, 3,000 white kids, maybe 20 black kids, 30 black kids. So big changes in scenery, but I did that just so I can better myself. And after that good freshman season, I kind of saw myself being limited staying at Manual. So I kind of wanted to expand myself and get better, because that's ultimately the whole thing you want to do or chase is get better, and make sure while you're getting better that you can compete. Like I want to be able to know that I was good enough to compete with the best players in the state of Colorado. Like I said, I went to Legend High School, and I don't know if you know the rule, but if you transfer from the school that you played varsity at and you go to the other school and you play varsity, you have to sit out.
Yeah.
And when I was in high school, you didn't have to sit out the whole year. So like that makes me sound old, but you have to sit out only 11 games. So I sat out 11 games. I was a sophomore at Legend High School, knew nobody. Played some JV games, and I was killing it like crazy.
So you at least couldn't play varsity, but you could play JV.
And the coach, he gave me an option. He was like, "Hey, do you want to play?" And I wanted to put my pride to the side and and just play. Like I want to play basketball. So and that's what ultimately what brought me to Legend High School is to play basketball. So and have a good education, obviously, but what struck me the most is playing basketball over there in the arena and all that good stuff. And the basketball environment, the school environment, and then also the head coach. I'll kind of get into him in a little bit. But I played JV for about 10 games or so.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I said, I was killing it. It was very, I don't want to say easy, but yeah. And then I got injured right before my return to varsity. I got injured in a practice. Shout out my guy, Shad Muma. He's actually in the NFL. I think he's playing for the Jags right now. Very aggressive guy, all-around athlete, just kind of bumped into my knee, and it was nothing purposeful at all. It was very accidental, but that sidelined me for like another 2 weeks. So then I played a little bit my sophomore year. I didn't get to play too many games, maybe like 3-4 games on varsity, and I got to play in the playoffs. I played a good amount of minutes. Lost to Mountain Vista in the second round of the playoffs. I think it was the second round. Then I was a sophomore. And I wasn't leading the way or anything yet for Legend. Like, we had really good players like Blake Fields and Bradley and guys like them, Brody McCord. And so I was just paving and learning the steps, like learning how to integrate myself into this whole new school. And I had missed more than half the year with the varsity team due to the rules and the injury. So I was just trying to, just get my feet wet. And by my junior year, I could say confidently that I was like kind of the man and running stuff, and the ball was coming in through me, and we were winning at a pretty high level, I would say, at 5A, for which you could win with who you are with. And like I said, I kind of decided to go to Legend because it's a basketball school, and Kevin Boley being the coach, and essentially what brought me there was the point guard. His name is Cam Levan. I played in a 3-on-3 tournament with him. And he knew that I kind of wanted to leave Manual. It was during that summer where I was deciding what I wanted to do. And he was kind of nudging me to come to Legend. And him and his family, they introduced me to the head coach. And I kind of built a great relationship with him straight from the get. And his name's Kevin Boley, great guy. One of the best coaches to come and step through Colorado. So shout out you, Coach Boley. Love you to death, man. He's done a lot for me. I actually wouldn't be here at Metro if it wasn't for him.
Really?
So. Yeah, major homage and major tribute to him. But like I said, I decided to come to Legend to be in a basketball environment, to be coached by him. And I was, lucky enough to have that for 2.5 years, 3 years at Legend. And I had a pretty good career there, I would say, a solid career there. And I was young and dumb and arrogant at the time, and I thought I was really good, but I had no idea how not good I was. But I was good. I was a good basketball player. Don't get it twisted, but just not there yet. You know. So I took the junior college route. Went to a very, very good junior college, West Valley, which is in the Bay Area, California. Yeah. I don't know if you have any more questions you want to ask me, or if you want me.
No, I think just kind of to touch on what you said about just like you keep on mentioning a lot of like the mentors and the coaches, and I think like it's just so huge that like just having those people in your life that want to see you do good, or like that like want to lift you up and bring you to that next level. I think like if we didn't have those people, then like life would just be so much harder. And so just like hearing you like recognize that continuously is like just something that like is so huge to who you are today. So I think that's great.
I have major like homage and testament to a lot of people. Like I can pay tribute to so many people, but it would take up all of our time. But most of them being like a lot of my former coaches, current coaches right now, I love them to death. Even people like that I've only had 1 year with, even some people at UCCS and Malone University that I was at, major homage and respect to them as well. My mom, sister, I love them to death. I would not be anywhere without them, like not anywhere. So everything I do is literally for my mom and sister. Like I live and breathe for them. So definitely recognizing the people that have helped you get here. It's important. And I bet, you're a successful athlete, and look at where you are. I bet there's a lot of people that have helped shape you into who you are. So
most definitely.
I think a lot of us are very lucky and fortunate, and we can't take that for granted. Yeah.
So could you talk about a little bit, so you started college which year?
Yeah, so I started college 2019, 2020. It was my freshman year. And so, like, again, I thought I was really good at basketball and didn't know what I wanted to do in my life, but I knew that basketball had to be a part of it. Like me playing had to be a part of it. I didn't know what it was going to be at what level, what I was going to do after that, who I was going to be with, where I was going to be. I just knew that I had to be playing basketball. That's it. Very simple. And I wanted to give myself the best opportunity to play at the highest level, but I knew I wasn't good enough yet. So, you know, my mentor and my assistant coach now, Michael Buggs, he's like a father figure to me. I've known him since I was a freshman in high school. That's someone that I'll speak on a little bit later, but because he's probably one of the most important people in my life. But he always keeps it real with me. He was like, yo, you're a good basketball player, but you're not good enough. Not yet. Let's go the junior college route, which is the route he took. And he had a lot of success because, you know, he's a national champion here. Yeah. Played professionally 10, 12 years. So, like, who am I to look at a career like him and say, oh, that's not good enough, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to kind of follow in his footsteps and do even better, and that's kind of what he encouraged me to do. So I took a visit to his junior college, and he's from Oakland, California, so the Bay Area, and his JUCO is called Chabot Junior College. It's in Hayward, California. I visited it for about a week. I was working out with the players, staying with them, getting to know the head coach, really good guy, love him to death, and major respect to him as well, even though I didn't decide to go to Chabot, just because I didn't feel like it was the best fit in terms of development and the people I was around. I just kind of wanted to be around people that were constantly about basketball. And I'm not saying that's not necessarily what they weren't about over there, but that's just how I felt necessarily. So I made a call to my former head coach in high school, Coach Boley, and I was like, hey, like, I'm in the Bay Area right now, and I'm visiting this junior college, and I'm not really liking it. I know you have some connects. Can you see and make some calls while I'm still here, and I can extend the trip? And so, like, 20, 30 minutes after that, I get a phone call from a junior college, a guy named Danny Yoshikawa, and this is small Asian guy, another small Asian guy. I don't know if I have a repetitive streak or cycle of this, of coaches, but he's one of the most important people in my life. And I'll get on, I'll talk about him as well later, but he called me 20 minutes after I called my head coach in high school, and he was like, hey, like, I heard about you. I just saw your highlight tape, and your high school coach contacted me, and I was just a head assistant at St. Mary's University, the Division I, and I played at West Valley, which is a junior college I'm coming back to coach at, and I would love for you to come work out, and I would like to see you in person and meet you and have lunch and talk. And so, and I told him the situation I was in, and like, hey, like, I'm in the middle of this workout with this school, so how can I get away?
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, like, how old are you? I was like, I'm 17, gonna turn 18 pretty soon here. He was like, well, you're gonna be a grown man pretty soon, so these are things you have to figure out. Ooh. Like, straight up, just like that. And then hung up and texted me the next morning, like, have you made a decision? What are you doing? Like, straight up, just like that. I've known this guy maybe less than 12 hours. Yeah. So, and he's being very bold, but I liked it, you know? Like, he showed interest. He showed that he wanted me. And I made a workout happen mysteriously, like, evidently enough. It was, and I'm super fortunate and lucky that we got a workout in, and I got to play with some of what would be my future teammates, and in a pickup game, and I killed them, and we had a good little scrimmage and back and forth. Had a good training session, good conversation with Coach Yosh, but his name is Danny Yoshikawa, and we call him Yosh. But and ultimately made the decision to go to West Valley College, and that's in Saratoga, California, which is right outside San Jose. So ultimately the Bay Area still, but a little bit further from Hayward, California, which is essentially where I was at the beginning. And man, like, that place, West Valley College, changed my life.
Really?
Yeah, like, for the better. And that coach, he's in my life every day, like, twice a week, 3 times a week I'm talking to him. And had a lot of success there as a college player, won a lot of games there, lost a little bit of games there, and went all the way to the state championship my last year at junior college, because California junior colleges only play California junior colleges. They don't have a national schedule.
Okay.
Because it's such a big state, and there's so many junior colleges in California. I think there's like 130, 140 JUCOs. There's like 30, 40 different conferences. It's crazy.
Seeing a lot of teams.
Yeah, it's a lot of teams and a lot of competition. So, and like I said, I'm just very blessed and lucky and very fortunate to have been a part of two really good teams. Like my freshman year, we weren't too good, but like we only had 3-4 guys that really kind of loved basketball and took it serious, and we all were freshmen and we came in together and we kind of rekindled the winning tradition that what was at West Valley, and everything I've learned in terms of basketball IQ, like collegiately, in terms of the vocabulary, in terms of the movements, how to talk, how to be a good teammate, how to touch somebody, like touches matter, stuff like that. Just being, I all learned it from Danny Oshikawa, like and my teammates at West Valley. Everything that I know now, and obviously I've learned more along the way at the pit stops that I've had, but yeah, like I give major tribute to West Valley. Like I love that place. If it was a 4-year, I definitely would have stayed. And we beat on a lot of 4 years as a junior college, and I take that team over a lot of teams.
Yeah.
Like my last year team, that team that went all the way to the state team, we went 28-4. I take that team over a lot of teams.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna say anybody specific, but I just that team was a very special team, very special people, and special coaches, and like I said, I'm just very fortunate and lucky to have been a part of it.
Yeah. What a blessed time to be there, for sure.
It was very good. Yeah.
And so that was 2 years at the JUCO.
So it was technically 3 years, but I only got to play 2 years. COVID messed up a lot of things.
And that was in 2020. Okay.
So we finished that. My freshman year, I got to play a whole season.
Okay.
2019, 2020. But we got knocked out of the second round or first round of playoffs a week before COVID canceled ended the season. So our season was already over. We didn't care too much. But for the teams that beat us and advanced, they still had to get to the Elite Eight, Final Four, state championship. They didn't get any of that because of COVID.
Ooh.
So COVID essentially messed up a lot of things. And that following season, when everybody in the country got to play NAIA, National JUCOs, D1, D2, D3, like with masks on. I don't know if you remember that whole deal, but we did not get to play. Like California junior colleges did not get to play. So I was taking classes as a red shirt, essentially. Not even a red shirt. It was basically, I guess, just a gap year.
Yeah.
But I was still a student, just taking like 9 or less credits. And it was a very hard time. Like, that was a hard time. I don't like to reflect on it too much.
Yeah. Okay.
But so I guess 3 years, like I said, but I only got to play 2 years there.
Okay.
And it was a very good, fun 2 years. Yeah, very blessed.
Good.
Yeah.
And after that, what school did you transfer to after? Were you in Malone, Ohio, or did you go to UCCS?
Yeah, so like I said, my story and where I've been is very crazy. And like I said, I'm very fortunate and blessed to have been able to be at multiple places just because I've met so many great people and I've learned a lot throughout the way. But so yeah, after my junior college stint at West Valley, and I had a very good solid sophomore campaign with a really good winning team, and I was top 5 in state in shooting percentages in terms of the three and makes and stuff like that. So I had a very good season, and then I felt like my recruiting was a little under-recruited, but that's personally what I feel like. But and I kind of won't get into that whole thing, but just because everybody's I am where I am for a reason today. But I took a visit to Nebraska Kearney.
Okay, I've heard about that one.
UCCS. Western Washington.
Okay.
And a few other schools. But ultimately UCCS was the one that kind of striked me as the best school because I went to Legend High School, like I said, and Derek White went to Legend High School. Derek White went to UCCS, so and I had a little bit of relationship with him, so through my head coach, and I got to speak with him a little bit about what the decision I should make, and early on in my college career and a little bit after. And like I said, there's that relationship where 2 legend players kind of coming to UCCS could have been a special place to play at, and it was a very special place to play at. I had a good, successful 15 games there, got injured, and kind of didn't see the floor much after that in the second half of the season.
Okay.
Again, won't really get too much into that, but no hate, nothing with UCCS. Major respect to everybody over there. I loved every minute of it, and you know, like you learn, just like you learn from your mistakes, you know. And I was young and dumb at the time over there, and you know, I'm still young and dumb, just not as young and dumb, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to, you know, I'm trying to just grow as a person and a basketball player and as a young man. So, and that's one of the places where I just was still figuring everything out, and I thought being a basketball player, a really good basketball player, was enough. But you know, there's a lot of other stuff that you have to be pretty good at. So, and I think I've done pretty solid as I've grown. But after that, I ended up at Malone University in Ohio under a coach named Charlie Walrap. He was a first-year head coach. He had been a long-time assistant at a pretty successful Division II. So he knew his stuff, and kind of told me, like, hey, this is going to be my first year, and I would love to bring you on. And I saw the numbers that you had your first 15 games, very impressed, and would love to have you in Ohio. I've never been to Ohio, so, you know. And,
check it out.
Yeah, check it out. And due to me not playing that second half of the season at UCCS, it kind of messed things up for me in terms of recruiting when I wanted to go into the portal. You know, it kind of raised a lot of questions about why didn't you play, and injuries and your stats kind of took a major decline. So, you know, I had to take what I could get. And I was fortunate enough to get another Division II, which was another private school in Malone, or in Ohio, and it was called Malone University. And yeah, Malone University was a very dynamic experience. That's the word I can use for it. Like, Ohio was, I do not like Ohio at all.
Really? Wow.
At all. Like,
is it cold there? Like, why?
Cold,
what's going on?
It's gray. It's depressing.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, like, I went there. I'm thinking I'm obviously gonna play, and maybe a week or two before the season, I had a very nasty injury. I had a popliteus strain, which is a little muscle in the back of your knee, and I strained it and stretched it pretty far.
Oh, man.
Could have snapped, and it would have been really bad. And so, yeah, I was pretty shaken up when I got to Ohio. Like, at first, I'm super excited to play and you know, see what I can do with this new team and try to see what my abilities can help lead a team to. And and it looked like it was going really well. Then you get hurt. You know, it sucks. So, I was pretty depressed in Ohio, but the thing about Ohio and Malone that it helped, like, open my eyes, like, it could be a lot worse. And, you know, and after I got back from my injury, like, even during my injury, I was lifting crazy. I was eating really well, taking care of myself and getting ready, doing my PT for my knee 2-3 times a day, getting ready to amp back up, because the question was, am I going to come back and play? Like, because I could come back by January, and I was at, like, the mid-season mark. So, but we decided to redshirt me for the rest of the year just because I wasn't ready. The speed, the physicality, and guys had been, and my knee was still swelling up. It just wasn't ready. So, but after a little bit of time of getting adjusted back on the court and stuff, I was killing, and I had worked really, really, really hard. Like, that whole year, like, I was in the gym 2-3 times a day, like, specific workouts. Shout out to my guy Tom, one of my closest friends from Malone. He actually came through a few weeks ago to UCCS game and saw me play them. Yeah, but he helped me tremendously. He was me and him were one of the only guys from, like, out west, kind of. Compared to all the guys that were in Ohio, they're all from, like, Cleveland or nearby states. They're Midwest guys. We were the West guys, if that makes sense. So we stuck together majority of the time, and we worked out all the time. We hung out all the time, and he got me better and helped me, you know, helped my mental stay sane. And so did my mom and my sister. You know, I was talking to them on the phone maybe 2-3 times a day. But Ohio helped shape me into kind of the man that you see today. And you know, I'm super lucky and blessed. Like I said, I'm going to keep saying that, but it's the truth. I'm super blessed. I wouldn't even say lucky because I've worked extremely hard to be in all the positions that I've been in. But it takes a little bit of luck, too. And I'm super blessed. that's all I can say. Yeah.
Yeah, the story of just the dynamic is just
it's
it's
like
a lot of courage.
Where college basketball takes you today, like with the portal and
Yeah.
NIL and all kinds of stuff. Even not at the Division II level, like you're not getting crazy NIL or stuff like that, but you have opportunities to move up and down. And COVID changed the world, but it really changed the NCAA and the transfer portal and college basketball and college athletics in general. Like guys are getting their years back and. You can transfer to this school without any penalty, and every year guys are in the portal. Like it was at its highest number this year. Like I think like 3,500, like which is an insane amount.
Yeah.
Because 50% of those athletes that went in are now sitting at home, like and they have nowhere to go.
Wondering what are they gonna do next? That's crazy. And the new rules with the JUCO situation, like if you have some JUCO years, like you could play like.
That's what I'm saying. I'm a senior, but like I might be able to come back. Like, right now, that's kind of the conversation we're having right now, and we're trying to figure that whole thing out with the NCAA and compliance. And my coaches are fully supporting me of whatever I want to do, but obviously I want to come back.
Yeah.
I want to play another year of collegiate basketball just because I feel like I haven't done enough yet, and I want to play professionally at the highest level I can make it in, and I feel like I'm just not done yet. So, and if I am, then I'm very lucky and fortunate, and my path has brought me to here. So having a conversation on your podcast, and I'm super lucky to be here too. So like I appreciate you for having me here again, and
I just get so excited, like, thinking about, like, what your future could bring, too. And I think just you mentioning, like, you are not completely, like, just done yet. Like, that it's kind of, that's so much more for your future and what that could bring for you.
Yeah, definitely.
And just, like, this season, just being here, a new road runner here at Metro, and seeing you out on the court. It was awesome seeing you play during the 303 League during the summer. And that's where we met, actually. And it was fun just seeing you on the court. And you guys were killing it back in the summer, too. Like, Cap had so much growth in the summer. And, so that was awesome meeting you there.
Yeah, to kind of speak on that, I'm super lucky to have met you as well. Like, you're really, really well detailed in your interviews, and
thank you.
And I just like the whole aspect. So when I found out you were going to Metro, I was like, this is dope. And then Flav told me he's like, she's gonna be doing the interviews and on Roadrunners TV. Okay, this is really gonna be cool. So, like. We're lucky to have you too today. So thank you. We appreciate all the spotlight and love that you give us.
Yeah.
And 303 League, and that's a Pro-Am league for people that don't know about it. It's a Pro-Am league in Denver, started by one of the Denver greats, Shay Kelly. She kind of organized a great thing that's been going on for a while now. But like you said, there was a lot of development from Cap, like myself, KJ had a lot of development throughout the year. So I'm just like very lucky to have been around, that I'm still around these guys. They're very good guys and great basketball players, but even better people. So
and to kind of just think about what are you doing when you're not playing basketball? What are some things that kind of occupy your mind when you're not on the court?
Anybody that knows me knows that basketball is my life. So I'm going to be honest with you here. Like, when I'm not playing basketball, I'm thinking about basketball 100%.
Yeah.
Because it's all I think about, all I want to be great at. And I think about ways how I can be better. Because essentially, like I said, like you're trying to chase that other version of yourself. And there's another version of yourself that's better than you. And you're trying to chase him. So, and that's what all I'm doing, like, every day is I'm trying to chase him. So, to answer your question, like, when I'm not playing basketball, I like to, this sounds really lazy, and my mom thinks I'm really lazy, but I like to put my feet up, literally get my feet off the ground, and be in my bed and watch TV and be on my phone.
Yeah.
Do my homework, like, on my laptop, like this, fall asleep for a little bit. Like, I'm just one of those guys because I work extremely hard and diligently on the court and on my body and extra lifts and a lot of people do that on our team and all over the country, and it's necessary, like, for you to do the extra to have some type of traction or a little bit of competitive edge or gain,
sure.
So yeah, like when I'm not playing basketball, I'm thinking about it, like at all times. Like when we lose, like that kills me for days.
Yeah.
You know, like you say, move on. No, it's very hard to do that. And that's why I'm like, again, you know, just going back to all the guys here at Metro, like everybody's super competitive. And like when we lose, like I said, we say move on and try to build from that and learn, but like, it stings. Like, it stings all of us. Like, we all hate losing. Yeah. And even if after we win and we feel like we should have killed a team by even more, like, even the locker room still sometimes, like a little quiet, you know? And it's just a testament to everybody in that locker room and in our locker room, how competitive and, you know, good we can be and are. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Any questions?
Is there a message that you kind of have continuing the rest of your season? You know, it's kind of starting to wrap up here. You're playing teams twice now. The tournament's going to be coming up here soon in February. Is there a message that you and the team just kind of have right now?
The message I would say, in terms of like to my team, is like, hey, like we just got to keep building days, keep stacking them, and that's something that our coaches have, you know, praised and said over and over and over again, and we got to follow whatever they say, because they're our leaders. But at the end of the day, you know, we're the ones on the court. We got to get it done and have fun while we're doing it. But you know, to my teammates, I love each and every single one of them. I believe in all of them, and we work extremely hard, and our coaches are working sometimes even harder than us. And major tribute and respect to Coach Fick for taking a chance on me. That's somebody else that I look up to and I love to death. Coach Thorne, somebody that I've really taken deep love, and like I hold a special place for him, and he's helped me develop into the shooter that you see today. Like that's been a lot of reps with him since the summer, and every day in the gym, like before practice, after games, like it's just all with him. And Coach Bugs as well. Like that's like another person I kind of want to speak on. Like we just have great people in the locker room, and our coaches, our managers, like people like you, even people that aren't in the locker room but are supporting us. Like you guys are all just amazing people. So, you know, shout out to everybody that supports us. And the message I would say, like, to everybody that's hearing about Metro, or like looking into Metro, or if you're a recruit that's coming to Metro, or just somebody that's listening to Tennis's podcast, like, we're coming. That's all I have to say. Like, Metro's coming. That's all. Like, and we're very serious, and we're coming. That's all I have to say. And you know, speaking on Coach Bugs, like he's been a inspiration to me. He's been a motivator. He's been a personal guide for me, and he's him coming in as a first-year coach at Metro, and he's helped shape a lot of other players, not just me. But speaking to only me, like I just love the guy, and he's just a special person, and that's everybody in our locker room. Everybody is very special. So Metro's coming. That's all I have to say. Yeah. So.
That gets me fired up, Sam. That gets me fired up. So, I'm excited to see you guys play next.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So. And just to kind of wrap this up a little bit, do you have any advice to any of the next generation upcoming ball players?
You know, it's a very up and down road, like this journey that if you decide you want to be a basketball player or a collegiate athlete, like you know how it is. Like you run track and you're very successful and good at it, but I bet you there's been a lot of hard times. But I'll say this, like there's a lot more hard times there's a lot more hard than good, I would say, and that's okay. At least you got to try to overcome every obstacle that comes your way, and just deal with adversity like head on, and work as hard as you can. Like in anything that you want to do, just be passionate and work as hard as you can and as diligently as you can. You know, a lot of people say work hard, but I also say work smart. So like this journey that you put yourself on, it's a very beautiful one, but it's not an easy one. So I just say, just keep your head up, keep working. You know, everybody says that, but like I swear to you, like the work will really reward you at some point. Like the work will really, really reward you. So, and also like the ultimate belief in yourself. Like the ultimate belief in yourself is like the most important thing. And then another thing, sorry, I don't mean to keep going, but like a lot of people say control what you can control, but I feel like the other part that people don't tell you is that you can control a whole lot. You can control a whole lot. So, just take that for whatever you might take it, but that's kind of what I've learned throughout my path. But it's a beautiful journey, and it's a beautiful struggle. So
I agree with you, Suf. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
I appreciate you.
I'm so happy to have you on the podcast. And before I let you go, kind of do this on every single podcast. I do this on every single podcast. I need to get your autograph, man. I got to get this autograph.
You got me feeling very special and famous and stuff.
Got to get this autograph. You got to let me know which side works better.
Okay. All right, we'll try this side first.
Okay.
And anywhere?
Anywhere you want it.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go.
Sweet. Thank you, Suf.
Let's check that out.
Awesome. Right there.
Shout out Tannis. We appreciate you for having me, and thank you. Like, you're a very special person, and you're gonna go far in this broadcast and stuff. So
thank you, Suf.
I'm like very, very like
I appreciate
special
you.
to like, or like very like happy, and I can't wait to see what you do. So
thank you.
Just keep grinding.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate
there we
you,
go.
Suf.